Good morning all. It's going to be another scorcher today. How are you guys handling the heat? I don't like the heat and I don't like the sun. So I'm going to spend as little time as possible out in this weather. But I am going to shave my head today. So I'm going to look like a skinhead. Right, so we had 10 crosses submitted this week. So thank you guys. Also, we had a lot of views over the last week. The last Saturday's video probably got about 400 views more than it normally would. And so far this week, Tuesday's videos had about 400 or 500 more than. Why aren't you people out in the sun? What are you doing staying in the house watching YouTube videos? Unless, just occurred to me, perhaps you're sitting on the beach or in a beer garden watching videos with a beer. That might be it. Anyway, not complaining. Happy for the views. So, where was I? So, there's my first one I did on Tuesday's video. You can see it flashing over there. Now, I wasn't 100% sure about. No, I'm flashing on the wrong one. There we are. So that was the one I put in on last Tuesday. When I made Tuesday's video, and I wasn't 100% about it then, but it seems there's a cluster of you guys all around me now, and there's like, out of the 10, 6 of us are in a tight little cluster there, and there's four higher up, which is interesting. And it's interesting because I looked at it again this morning thinking, well, why are people going higher? What am I not seeing? Which is how I usually approach these, not, look at that, that's miles away. It's like, well, why have they gone there? Now, when I look at this guy down here, Orlando Bloom, look-alike, if I look at his face, he looks like he's looking much higher than where I've gone. When I actually draw a line, it always ends up around the same area as mine. So that's weird. I mean, that's just a perception of how we. Let's hope the judges draw lines instead of just guessing. So I'm probably going to stay in that area where I am. So I'm going to draw some lines from this guy to cover our because he's looking quite steep, mine, I got to say. And some of the judges will go quite steep. See, that's a narrow band from him. I was expecting a much wider band, and I was expecting more to the left. But then, like I say, if I draw from him up to the top one, and then let's use his other eye. I've probably got him the wrong way around. It's not even that wide a band from him, is it? I mean, if you took out those just those top 2, look how narrow that band would be again. But it's unlikely the judges would have such a narrow band, so it's good to have these higher 3 in there because it gives us more of an idea. And then you look at this picture and you think there's one there. Look at that one, smack in the middle. But yeah, there's 6 down in this bottom cluster here, but 2 of them are within a couple of pixels of each other, so it's hard to see that there's 6. It just looks like 5. So average then. Now the average is working. Let's just pop that in. Which is 27501156. It's actually 1155.6, but I mean, if it's 0.6, you've got to round it up, haven't you? So it's 1156. I'll put that in the top right, probably already have. Yeah, so you can see from that picture there that, right, let me make mine flash. So I'm just down from that average. But then, that's sort of, as it turns out, that's where our main cluster has been. So I'm going to go there. Let's put the football in, the draggable target. Bring that down. Right about, oh no, moved it, jiggled it, my shaky hands. About there will do. Does that make sense? Well, if I put it on the average there, there's most of that bottom cluster in. Some of that bottom cluster are in zone 2. I think it's about 4, is it? 1, 2, 3. Looks like about 4 of them are in zone 2. Don't think any of them are in zone 1. Mind you, my eyesight's shit, so I can't tell. But then the other 6 look like they're in zone 3. But yeah, I'm going to leave mine roughly where it is. I can't see what I've got to gain by moving it anywhere. So, you know what I mean? If I move it just couple of pixels, 10 or 20 pixels either way, and it turns out that it'd been closer if I left it where it was. There's no point, so I'm gonna leave that exactly where it was. Right, so that's that for the average. Something Hayden pointed out in the comments is that they're bringing in a subscription service. They haven't mentioned it yet, and there's no mention it on the website. It might appear later today, who knows? So I had a look for it. I googled it. So I managed to find reference to BOTB Pass. So I typed into Google, what is BOTB Pass? And it says it's a subscription service offered by BOTB. BOTB Pass provides multiple entries, various competitions to set them up. Also, they've taken over click competitions. They bought out click competitions. Don't know if you play that. So, what is it? How it works? You choose a plan, essential, premium, or ultimate, which I'm assuming is going to be based on the, you know, like you used to play for the bronze tier. So it's 9, which would explain why they've changed the prices to $9.99, $19.99, or whatever the other one is, $39.99. So if they're saying here, you choose a plan, essential, premium, or ultimate, determines the number of entries you receive across different categories each month. The other thing, I couldn't see any reference to BOTB Pass on the website, so I scrolled down and came across this BOTB Pass, and it's under the BOTB.com website. So it looks like the Google bot has picked it up. The spider that crawls through websites has picked it up. But if I click on it, it just comes up with a login. So that looks like that's there for the admin login. So it hasn't been published yet. It's sort of been partly coded into the website, but they haven't finished coding it yet or launching it. So that's why we can't see it on the site yet. But that's coming. But I think that's an option. That's, you know, you don't have to do that. That's it's just because Elite Competition started doing that a couple of weeks ago. Well, a month or two ago they started doing that. So there's looks like BOTB are going to go down the same route, where, well, it says there, look, £54 value for just $19.99. So you'll get sort of extra tickets and free tickets and stuff included in your whatever it is, whether it's $9.99 or $19. What did they say on the top one? Essential, premium, or ultimate was the choice. So that's the latest news there. That's what's in the pipeline. Seen nothing official from BOTB, but that's just what I've managed to find by typing in what is BOTB Pass. Right, just jump to Revcomps. What have I got on there? Nothing for Monday's draw. And then they put some more up then for Thursday. Now, I do like the Range Rover Evoques, as you know. And there's one there, but it was a tenner ticket. So I ummed and ahed about it. And I thought, maybe I won't bother. But then I saw this Porsche, or £110,000. Now, it's high odds, 60,000 tickets. But it was only £3 a ticket. So I happened to jump on a £3 ticket when it was one of those... because they put freebies up all the time, don't they? And one of the freebies, like if you spend more than £1 when you're entering a freebie, if you win, we'll add £100 or £200 credit. And I thought, oh, go on then, I'll add this Porsche. And there seems to be a lot of one-ticket winners lately. So something my mate noticed, that lately there's people are buying 5, 10 tickets, whatever, but a lot of people are winning on one ticket, which is great. We love one-ticket winners. And he was on about some woman as well that had won a car 2 nights running. So I think she must have won one on the draw and then won one on the auto draw. Right, auto draws. Talking of auto draws, there's not much on there today. I am on this GTI. I've only got one on this Golf GTI Performance. And this boat popped up last night as well. I've got nowhere to put a boat. I live in a flat. £30,000 cash. That's interesting. Might go for something like that later in the week. Other than that, there's not many cars left in the auto draws. But it's Saturday, so there's a good chance. What used to happen regularly was I'd talk about the auto draws on Saturday morning's video, and by the time I finished the video, there'd be another 2 or 3 cars on there. So there may be 1 or 2 extra pop up today. Well, we'll see. But that's all I'm on. Apart on other sites, I don't think I'm on anything. I think I might be on a Porsche on 7 days performance. That's about it. I got hardly anything this week. And of course, the Thunderball. I stopped doing the lottery now. I'm just doing the Thunderball 4 days a week, which cost me £4 a week. But I won a fiver on Tuesday's draw, so that'll cover me for next week. Anyway, that's enough talking bollocks. All I can say is enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you like this weather, lovely. I particularly don't. It's too hot and uncomfortable. And good luck for Tuesday, everyone.